The following video is concerning a often repeated claim I see on the internet concerning an incident that happened with obviously the image you're seeing here. I'm going to have to speak a specific way because YouTube censors people, and that's just the way it is. The claim is that someone fired a projectile from behind where it hit and let's say 45-degree angle from it. And in this video, I'm going to be discussing that this is virtually impossible and or that I simply don't believe it, but I will do this rather simple request. To anybody working at that university, or literally anybody at all there who goes there, can one of you simply go to the exact location represented by, let's say, just the middle of this table section here that lines up roughly with, let's say, the middle of this cement piece on the right, going left to right, or excuse me, right to left end, and then line it up with, I'm going to come to the conclusion that it's at 1, 2, 3, 4 sets of cement caisson mount points up here over. So under this second big window, maybe, we're going to look at it in a minute. But what we're going to do is look at an image from as close to that perspective as possible. Someone needs to go there, put a 360 camera at exactly 6 feet above the ground. Just make it 6 feet, be done with it, 2 meters, just make it a number, and do the image, get the GPS data with the 360 image, and upload it to Google, and try to get it added into the Google Sphere list so that we have a literal perspective so that people don't come up with these concepts and ideas without having a good basis for it. And honestly, public request, I think the university should just go ahead and do that. And ask Google not to censor the damn thing. I'm so sick of looking up old locations from Google Street View from years ago for lots of subjects that would be cleared up today if someone could just go look it up. And all it looks like when you erase these out of quote unquote dignity and respect for the fallen or whatever is you just create a vacuum of information and people create more propaganda. So anyway, we're going to be looking at it, and right there is a sign. We have a pillar here, and I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, let's say 4 of those cement dots up there over and or under the second window from that center post, and lining up with the center of this cement or whatever it is panel there. Okay, here we go. There's the panel or whatever, metal grates, doesn't matter. And that's the center of the second window there. And we're going to zoom in. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe I got it wrong, but somewhere over here. Okay, so that would put it, if I was drawing kind of straight lines, probably almost a straight line from where that divot in the dirt is right there. All right, okay, and we can go back and forth a bit. Okay, and we're going to be looking at this. At what angle was planed? Around 45 degrees. From where? Behind where the individual was struck. From what angle? Orbit. This is a 2017 image. There have been changes since then, so we're going to be looking around the map. We're going to get up on top probably first. That is if Google Street View Maps actually works. I'm going to hit this one and see if I get up on top. Okay. Now this is from 2023, a little bit more recent. There was talk of a plant being up above and to the right. Or maybe it wasn't a plant. I also want to point out that these shrubs, if you're not aware of it, for safety reasons, I've worked in a complex like this at a university at one time. When you have potted plants this specific size and you have shrubs or whatever, they don't get very tall, so it can't be these. I don't think so anyway. If we look up here, we don't see anything. And again, the angle here is not friendly to doing anything like what is being discussed. So we're going to go ahead and hit this dot here, if Google Maps will let us. This gives us the interior of the building. And when we turn around this way, we're able to look out, and even from the interior of the building, this would not work as a source for the occurrence. And now I'm going to wait for Google Street View dots to catch up with what's going on. Let's go all the way over here. Now we're up on top. And now we're going to show the 45-degree angle location that would have had to happen. Now, again, I'm going to repeat this. Behind him is the back of this awning, tent, whatever you want to call it. Is there a claim that there was a blind shot taken from 45 back or from just the edge here? Okay, well, 45-degree angle would indicate someone was over here and firing through. Okay, I don't see how that would work. The next thing is we see a different thing here since it's 2017 to what is there now. Let's get over onto this one. And now we're up here, and this is 2017 again. We see this, it's summertime, and we're currently to the left of where the individual was that was impacted. And now we're going to see if we can get over to here. Okay, this is from the area that's closest to where we can, this is as close as we can get without somebody doing a very recent 360 image. 45 behind would mean someone came up from here. I mean, there's some cover, okay. But the claim is that someone was above them and it was visible. Now, let's see if I can get that image to happen. I'm going to get this back over to here. Okay, and the claim was, because it's 2023, maybe up here. I mean, there may have been renovation or alteration since then. What is the claim? Did someone show you maps and show you approximations of things? Let's go to this image here. This is very blurry and badly done, and there's glare coming from there. But at what angle would this work? And again, this claim does not seem to make sense to me. I'm going to go here. Maybe this will have a slightly cleared up image. This is 2023, so that's a little bit more recent. We can see the sign, and we can see a hunk of pipe behind there. Again, someone would have to fire blindly through cloth for it to be that way. Some of you may have actually seen the audio-video recording of this occurrence. And you can, and again, the censoring of this kind of information, I understand the desire to do so, but it destroys the ability to analyze a claim. I'm just saying I'd rather not have it. I mean, it's already available. We have the data. The recording showed him, the entire left side of his body moving in and his head violently tilting to the left, absorbing the energy into his spinal column. The bullet that was fired is not, every time I see a comment on how this is not possible, they describe fist-sized holes. That is not actually how this works. Fist-sized holes from rifle cartridges firing a bullet into something are because it has enough space and material to hit that it begins to turn and spin on axis or off axis, end over end, tumbling within something and causing a large amount of material to move out. This is a person, in this case, that was hit literally by a rather small amount, a small amount of material to go through, and then it just simply ran into the spinal column. So no, I don't believe there would be that rather gruesome description. I'm going to say something. You can look at the shooting of Martin Luther King as an example of a bullet being caught by the target, which is not uncommon, and that the human spinal column and chest area is extremely durable. Let's go back to our supposed and very likely best spot to look at from. We'll go here. I think this is it. Yeah. From here, we're as close as we can get. We can look up there, and that's where the shot came from, and we're roughly, we're to the right of where the path would have been. And we're going to go up on top in a second here, if I can get up on top. There we go. And we're going to look out, and the fired bullet was from over there. Okay. The idea that there's something suspicious and nothing like this could happen, or someone could have bought ammunition that was specifically subsonic, or someone could have simply pulled the bullets out and reduced their velocity to try to make it quieter and inadvertently made it harder for it to go through. You're going to see a lot of people on the internet claiming that whatever you see in the world can't have happened. That's so they can get page views. Also, in their mind, why bring up a subject if they already know if they that repeats what everybody knows at that point. Everybody knows XYZ happened, so why should I repeat it? And I'm doing that now. I'm repeating what everybody knows. The reason it's what we have here, the reason it's quote unquote the narrative, is that a 45-degree angle shot from the individual that was impacted isn't going to make any damn sense. It doesn't. There's visual cover. This is called cover rather than it's concealment, not cover. Excuse me. The impact reaction of the body matches what people expect to happen. So I guess we're supposed to be counterintuitive about that. And honestly, if you were standing there, all you have to do is go to where you want the projectile to impact and see where you could be. And honestly, if he went here, I mean, that's a shit shot. It's a horrible shot. And there's enough material in the way I wouldn't trust it. Doing it from up here, too many people. What other options does a targeter have that would be private enough? I don't see any. And from back here, it literally a grassy knoll kind of thing. No, I don't believe so. I don't. If you want to say this is the only option, or that I'm completely wrong, that's fine. Go right ahead. But I do not see what these people who claim to be ammunition firearms experts have about a 45-degree angle going back from there. So, if anybody's curious, and nobody should be, I am an incomprehensibly unnecessary person to talk about this. Unless somebody's claiming to have video or audible or witness evidence of someone being right there. And we have to believe that a person wouldn't use a clear shot. They would use an obscured shot. If someone wants to make that claim, okay, fine. If that is the claim being made, out of all of the places that a person could be, do they have any evidence? Like, oh, I don't know, the cloth thing covering the area where Kirk was sitting, having a hole in it. Do we have any other evidence? Someone even brought up a pellet gun theory, which, I mean, come on. So yeah, again, the individual died. It is bad that they died. This is a terrible thing. This should not have happened. The individual was struck from the front. They were right here. The angle matches it. And the only thing I can think of that would help, probably not completely clean up this stupid stuff I see on the net, is if somebody go out there with a 360 camera, record a 360 Google Sphere view, and upload it from those GPS locations. Just give the data and have the or have the university ask Google to feature it and just leave it up there. And don't ever take the damn thing down. Just like Las Vegas. All the images from Las Vegas have been screwed over since then because people want to be sensitive to some tragedy. All you do when you erase information that proves what really happens is cause people to doubt what really happened. Stop erasing data from the damned internet, please. So that's it for the video. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Good luck with that. We'll all need it. And I don't see why anybody claiming to be an expert in firearms or even an enthusiast would make a claim like this and believe that it would hold any water. Good day.